Hello and greetings everyone. This is Darth Coldis with another video. Today we will be reacting to The Heart I Do Not Deny, the Jedi Code, a Star Wars song. Now this is from Tales in Melody, in my opinion the best AI music creator on YouTube. Absolutely fantastic music, sounds really good. One of the best artists out there I actually do know, there's many great ones. Sabaton, this example, is fantastic. Powerwolf is cool. I even know them in person. But Tales in Melody does something really good and Star Wars focused, which not many channels do. And while he does other franchises as well, like Dragon Age, like Fallout, and so on and so forth, Mass Effect, I really am into the Star Wars stuff. And that is something that gets way too little recognition. So please visit him, watch the original video for uninterrupted viewing pleasure, leave a comment, leave a sub, leave a thumbs up, all that kinds of stuff. With that said, this is a blind reaction, so I don't know what's coming. I have basically no idea. I mean, it's the Jedi Code, so that's that. I will interrupt a lot. I have probably a few things to say there. And since I am a Sith at heart, I'll definitely speak some interesting things here as well. With that said, I'll just begin right here with the first picture that we see here. Are these floating lightsabers? Because it kinda looks like that. If so, I guess it's a training hall. Then again, for a training hall, there's lots of stuff in the way, like seats and things. So are these, this is a little bit weird. Also, they are floating, so yeah, AI there. But otherwise, it's bright, it's white. There is the Jedi Order symbol in the background. Halls of marble. Looks good so far, and obviously we have a Jedi, probably knight, standing here in front of us in the typical garments. Yeah, so far so good. Let's see how this goes. Okay, everything attractive.
I learned the code in halls of more.
Okay, the lightsabers extending and changing color looks really weird. Lightsabers should not do that. And also the floating ropes. There could be wind from the outside, like it doesn't look like there's glass in the windows.
Morning light.
Oof.
Before the stars were filled with falling fire.
Nice music so far. Teach the AI to not repeat the same pic over and over again, because except for this one meteor going backwards, it looks like everything went the direction it should be. Yeah, that looks more like a Jedi temple. Though the Jedi symbol in the background on the flag is a little bit distorted, or better said, cut off or cut in the middle by the stripes. Otherwise fine, looks like a council chamber, I guess. Nice music. Nice choir.
They told me peace begins where anger ends. But grief still knows the names of fallen friends. I will not turn my sorrow into steel.
I guess Jedi aren't supposed to feel that either, but with that said, am I supposed to know any of these characters here? Because I don't really recognize any of those guys.
Or call a wound unworthy because I feel. The heart may shake, the hand may still be kind.
Nice singing.
I choose the truth that fear would make me blind. Not empty, not unbroken, not cold enough to hide. I let the storm pass through me without becoming numb. Peace is not the silence of a heart denied. It is standing in the fire with the light alive.
Great singing. Nice chorus. I really like that. There is this thing with the Jedi Code that some people pointed out that it only makes sense if you put the word if and when in there. Like it makes so much more sense if you do, instead of the whole there is only peace, if or when there's only peace, then there is yada yada yada, and so on and so forth. So when there is harmony, and so on and so forth. So that makes a lot more sense. However, I think that is bad writing, because if your code needs added words to make sense, yeah. So this explanation so far is good. Like, most Jedi never achieve what the order actually preaches. Like, the order's teachings are indeed that you are not supposed to even feel these emotions. Obviously, Jedi are people too, and they have their emotions, so they struggle to achieve that, and very few Jedi ever did achieve that state. It is still their goal, however, because one big thing about Jedi is Stoicism, and in Stoicism you are supposed to indeed not even have those emotions. So let's see how this goes on.
Knowledge through the shadow, calm within the cry. Harmony is choosing love without possessions chain. When death comes near.
Is this Pedro Pascal? I'm just realizing the face, I think. Anyway, great imagery. I like that he's shaking. Great pick here, right here.
I will not close my eyes. I am more than what I lose. I am the choice I make tonight.
Nice singing. Is this supposed to be a Sith?
War asks for hate and calls the answer just. Attachment begs me, hold or turn to dust. I guard what lives, yet will not make it mine. No soul is saved by tightening the line.
Well,
I serve the weak, I face the blade alone. But power.
what I mean is that the Jedi Order really likes to run things very tight, where dissidents and wrong think and wrong feel and stuff like that are looked down at, leads to exile or even execution. So the Jedi are really conformists. They really want you to fit in with them or be gone. But okay, let's continue. Which is, by the way, rather stupid, because there is one big Grand Master of the Jedi that actually has probably the most accomplishments of any, Satele Shan, and her idea was that the Jedi absolutely can have power and can be powerful, because power in the end means affecting the universe around you. That's at least the Sith interpretation. Though I'd say Yoda has a very different interpretation of power, obviously, but for Satele and later Luke, power is indeed the ability to change the universe around you and be powerful with the Force. And under Satele Shan, The Jedi were as powerful as they ever would be, like even more powerful than Luke's Jedi. Because under Satele, the Jedi did away with this idea that power is somehow evil. No, they needed power to survive, they needed power to protect, they needed the power to do stuff against the Sith Empire. So Satele's Jedi studied the Force and learned how to become powerful and learned how to increase their ability to do combat with the Force. And the result of that is that the Jedi of Satele's era, they were absolute badasses. They were absolute monsters on the battlefield. They did things that Yoda's Jedi couldn't even dream of. And I'm not talking about Force Judgment, which is basically just Force Lightning, that's more Luke's thing, but I'm talking about Force Waves that are able to level buildings. I'm talking about Force Freeze, the ability to, in this case, literally freeze your opponent in a block of ice. You had the ability to affect time, to slow everything around you, which technically speaking is also called Force Freeze, just in Cal Kestis' era. Which would be called more Force Slow in that era. You could have Force Speed and To the Minis and all of these cool, amazing powers. And that's just because Satele said, no, power is the Jedi way. It's not if you have power, not it's what you are using the power for. So Jedi are supposed to gather power and use this power to protect others, while Sith obtain power to serve themselves, while Jedi obtain power to serve others. That's the idea. But without power you can't really do much, which is also, I guess, the motto of Battlemaster Hoth, who was a Jedi Lord. I think the most well-known and probably most influential Jedi Lord in the Star Wars galaxy. So yeah, I think many Jedi would disagree with the statement that power is somehow bad.
The battlefield is shouting, revenge is dressed as right. I hear the pulse beneath it and answer without spite. Peace is not the silence of a heart denied. It is standing in the fire.
And that's something that I kind of want to point out here. In the Jedi Code, the idea of peace is indeed that you don't even feel those emotions. But if you have them, you're not supposed to suppress them. You're supposed to deal with them. Sadly, Jedi are really bad at teaching you how to deal with emotions, because their idea is that you shouldn't even have them in the first place. So basically have your mind rule over your heart and say, so somebody died, so what, that's just nature, why you feel anything. You're basically supposed to care about the death of your master or your best friend as much as if you would care about the death of a random fly somewhere in China or something. Like, you recognize, okay, dead, but it shouldn't affect you emotionally.
With the light alive, knowledge through the shadow, calm within the cry. Harmony is choosing love without possession, shame. When death
By the way, also a little known fact about Jedi. Jedi were absolutely allowed to have sexual relationships and interactions. They were not supposed to have attachments to their partners though. So marriage was out the window. Having children, no. But having a biology do its thing, absolutely okay, which kind of makes it all the more hilarious that in SWTOR, the MMO for Star Wars Old Republic, the Jedi actually go into the red light district of Nar Shaddaa, the Sith don't. So yeah, the Jedi have to release some pressure at times, I guess.
comes near, I will not close my eyes. I am more than what I lose. I am the choice I make tonight. No feeling is my master. No
like it.
ignorance my shield. No passion owns the future. No chaos rules the field. No ending breaks the courage.
If you're talking about a battlefield, battlefields are always chaos. they are as chaotic as things can get.
That carries every name. The force receives the fallen. I rise to serve again.
Probably. Though in canon there's very few Jedi that ever made it to Force Ghost. I know Disney did away with that and have I am every Jedi, but seriously, in canon there's very few Jedi that ever became Force Ghosts. There is, well, sadly, original trilogy, there's Yoda, Ben and Anakin being free in the same generation, which shouldn't quite be the case. There was, damn it, I forget the name. There was a few Jedi Grandmasters that made it. I'm not sure if Satil made it, honestly. And the sheer, because I have to mention it because it's so funny, Darth Maul also made it to become a Force Ghost, just like the Jedi. I'm not talking Force Spirits or Force Rays or whatever you want to call what Marco Ragnos and Tula Kord and stuff like that and Ajunta Paul became. I'm talking really the Force Ghosts that Yoda and Anakin and Obi-Wan became, because Darth Maul is amongst them, and I think that is so friggin' hilarious. Ooh, nice imagery. This is beautiful. Holy that grass looks good. This looks almost like a photo, or a small video, I guess. Wow.
Peace is not forgetting every face I leave behind. It is bearing them with mercy, never using grief to bind. Knowledge, calm and harmony, each tested, each renewed. Not the death of all I cherish, but the death of fear's command. With an open heart I stand.
Nice singing.
The war may take tomorrow, it will not take who I am.
Nice fade out. So, yeah, I like the references to the code. I think just like with the Sith one, we could do one where you go even more into the code itself, not so much focused on a character's point of view on the code. This was really well done. I actually don't remember a single moment where I thought, oh, that's AI. I mean, except of the meteor flying back outside. But this, I mean, the imagery was clearly AI at times, so it was really good. But in the music, I haven't really spotted anything that reminds me of, oh, that's AI. Like, if you told me that was a real singer, I probably would have believed that. So, yeah, I think you took a good shot at the interpretation of the Jedi Code that some characters have in the universe. Jedi are aware that they don't live up to the code, because the code is really more a thing to strive towards instead of already being there. So, aside from very few Grandmasters and a very few masters, I don't think many Jedi actually got there. But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to strive for that. So the way he does it here is perfectly fine with me. I think that is a fantastic song, great video, well done. And with that said, I wish you a fantastic day and may the Force be with you.